Hey guys, and welcome to the Little Joe Show. As you can see, we are going to talk about the amazing lap steel. One thing about this one is tuned in open E. This other neck over here that you can't really see is in C6. But we're going to do the open E. And one cool thing about open E is everything that you do on this lap steel, you can pretty much, unless you're doing behind the lap slide bends, you can pretty much transfer it over to your slide guitar. So we're going to talk about the tune Going Down by Freddie King. And the tuning is E, B, E, G sharp, B, E. There we are. Now, just so you know, I have a Sugar Daddy pedal that I like to use for the overdrive. A vintage delay, I think it's a VD 400, what a weird name, by Behringer. You can hear that. And I'm running it through a Tonex, and that's how I'm getting my sound. So, not that that's that important to you guys. You can do this on any amp, of course, with any lap steel, as long as you're in the correct tuning. You can do it in D tuning, E tuning, anything that has this set of intervals. All right, so the first thing I like to do is just play it for you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and most of the time when I do stuff with a lap steel, I'm doing it as an instrumental, not necessarily singing with it. Like, I'm going down, unless I'm with a band. Down, 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 down. Going down, 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 down. You know. Okay, so there you go. There's that. All right, so let's start. This is going to be the first string, and that'll be the sixth. And as you notice, I don't wear the little steel things on my fingers for this like I do for the banjo. I've stopped wearing them for my slide guitar. They just got in the way of my natural inclinations. So the first thing is going to be... And one thing you're going to notice is I'm going to move the slide up and down the strings, and that's just to keep other strings from ringing, and I kind of lay my fingers on the behind it, you know. You're really supposed to lift it up. Unless you're playing more than one note. Okay, and just use the tip. What you can see on this one, I've got this rounded end so that you can do that. I really like this style. I used to use a bullet. Don't like it as much. It's kind of hard on my hands. I can hold on to this one really well, as you can see. I'm not used to this camera angle yet, as you can also see. Okay, so we're going 5 on the second string. 5, 2, 5, 3, 3 on the third string. And we're going to pull down to 1. And then we're going to go to 4, 3 sort of sliding to 4 on the 4th string. And end up on 5 on the 5th string. So. And then I go to the 12th fret and I play strings 3. Like that. 3, 1, 3, 1 at the 12th fret. And then I'll put in little fills like that, which we'll cover here in a minute. Now, when I go up to the A, I like to play strings 2 and 3 at the 5th fret. Then I move them down to the 3rd fret. It just gives it a more full feeling, which anytime I've been in a band with one of these, it's either been just a 3-piece with me and a bassist and drummer, or a 4-piece with me and a bassist and guitar player and drummer, and it just makes it sound a little more full. So I'll play both strings 2 and 3 at 5, 3, and then the rest of the lick is the same as before. And then So I'm going to go on the second string, 7, 7, 5, 7, and then third string, 7, 7 on fourth. And then I'm going to do the same way we did when we went to A. Now, let me just show you a couple of licks you can throw into this, because this thing is wide open, and it's amazing what you can do with it. Okay, so I got that. That was kind of like my attempt to copy Freddie King lick, because it's got that at the end. And it's a pretty standard slide guitar lick, except at the end I'm falling down. So I'm going to the 12th fret on the second string, going to the 10, then up to 12 on the third string. So, and I'm actually not quite getting to 12. And then I'm at the 4th string on 12, and I immediately slide down to 10. All right, like that. And that makes a nice in-between lick. So you could be... just throw them in between. All right, now, there's a lot of things you can do up there, and I'm going to show you where I'm getting my notes, and I'll show you this lick. So all that is I'm going 12, 15, 17, 19 up here on the first string, and then 15 up to 16, and then I'm going to go 17 on the second string, 15 on the second string, 15 on the third string, back up to 15 on the second string. And then that's just 12, 10 on the second string, 3, third string at 12, 10, 12 second string, and then 3 at the 12th fret, and then 4 at the 12th fret. So, can't quite play it anymore, but there it is. And here's where I'm getting stuff. So, and then you can, of course, do the same type of stuff up at the 17th fret when you're playing an E. Sorry, I have to count because I'm not used to going up that high, and I mostly play slide guitar. And that's just a slide from 15 to 17 where you're going to find the A. And you can almost get like a real Allman Brothers feel to it. And I like that it's easier for me to do this stuff on lap steel, believe it or not, than it is on slide guitar, because I use so much behind the slide fingering. And all that is all right, you're just going to go to the 17th fret on the second string, slide back to the 5th string, 17 on the third string, and then slide up to 17 on the second string. So, and then you're just going to do that going down. You just pull back and forth. One of the great things you can practice is this. That's some other stuff. If you want to get into bending behind, this is a really cool lick. So you're going to play the first and second strings. I use my third finger, as you can see, and I bend up the second string, and we're at the 10th fret. Then let it back down. And then I go down and do the same thing at the 7th fret. Kind of throw a ghost note in there. Just by plucking wherever the third string is with my thumb. And it doesn't really matter quite what note you hit, as long as you don't make it really, really prevalent. Like, you don't want people to access it that much with their ears. I know that sounds awful. And then and you can do more country stuff in there too, which is cool on a lap steel. That kind of stuff. All right, so let's go through those. If you're going to do the B, you would go on the first two strings to the 14th fret, and you're going to bend up the second string 2 frets. And then go back down and do the same thing, but with an up down at the 8th fret. Some people try to do both of those strings. I'm not good at that. Like that. And then and that's just going down to the A. All right, all you're doing, you're going to the 15th fret, doing the same bend. Second string up 2 frets. And that's an A7th. And then 12th fret. And then to the 7th fret. We're going to go down on the second. 5, 2, open, 5. So, which you can see I don't have completely clean yet. I even moved the lap steel. All right, so, guys, that's it. Now, let me show you one more quick thing so that you can come up with your own licks. This is just like your slide guitar and open D or E. 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10. All acceptable note choices, and it's going to be 12, 10 at the 12th fret to the 10th fret, first string, second string, third string, fourth string, fifth string, and sixth string. But you also have this extended, I call it an extended scale. It's not really. All right, guys, now here's that extended scale. Pretty much you've got every note that occurs at the 15th fret from string 6 to string 1. You've got every note from string 3 to string 1 at the 17th fret. And then at the 19th fret, you've got string 1. And consequently, string 4 and string 6, because that's all octaves. But that's where I'm getting this stuff. Right? That's where that's all coming from. It's kind of going 19, 15, up a little bit. And then 19, 15, 17 on the second string. And I'll make sure that's all in the tabs. All right, now there's some bendy stuff you can do up there too, where you go. So you can bend at, I almost get like the Jimi Hendrix chord, you know. Because you're getting that minor third on the first string at the 15th fret. But you're bending the second string up to 17. And you can just incorporate that into anything. And I'll put all those bends in there too. Now, when I go into, if I'm going to, at the end of the solo, say I go. If I'm going to go real country, I'll do this bend. Well, slide. And that's just an angle. So I'm angling to where my third string is on the 10th fret. My first string's on the 11th. And then I'm 12 on 3 and 1 right again. So Works real well. They're both inversions of A, if you will. So, you know. Other thing, BB King style licks. You can do them. You're... You just want to get major with it. So we're going to use a lot of the sixth. He used a lot of the sixth. So that's just going to be string 3 on the 3rd fret, 5th string, and then catching the 2nd string at the 5th fret. So that kind of stuff. And I'll make sure that's in the tabs too. All right, guys, if you have any questions, hit me up. If you found any kind of value in this, please like and subscribe. You know I like that. If you're looking for tabs, go over to Patreon. That's where they'll be. Okay, guys, I'll see you next time. I'll see you on Friday for a quick lick.